Okay. All right, so we are recording. So for everyone out there who is watching this in the future, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Sam Seavey. I'm the Assistive Technology Program Manager at the Bluegrass Council of the Blind in Lexington, Kentucky. As always, we do every month. This is one of our AT group seminars. Got a really cool topic for you guys today. Before we get to that though, if you would like to reach out to us for you have any questions or you'd like to talk to us for anything, please feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is 859-259-1834. You can also find us on the internet, www.bcbky.org. And if you would like to reach out through email, you can send us an email, info at bcbky.org. And of course, if you would like to view more content like this, be sure to jump on over to our YouTube channel where we post all of these group seminars, AT group seminars, as well as many of our other events. All right, I will probably repeat all that at the end of the video, so don't worry if you didn't catch it. I'm excited about today's topic because we are talking with Todd Stephens, and we're going to be talking about NFB Newsline. If you are if you've lived with vision loss for any period of time, then you've probably are very familiar with NFB Newsline, but we figured there might be some people out there that this is new information, and who better to talk to about it than Todd. So Todd, first of all, thank you so much for joining me, and why don't you give a quick introduction about who you are and what you do and that sort of thing.
Thank you, Sam. It's good to be with you this afternoon. I'm Todd Stephens, and I'm the state coordinator in Kentucky for NFB Newsline. I have been running this show it'll be 8 years in January. And so this is actually it used to be a large part of it was a paid job for me, but I have relinquished that and given someone else an opportunity to earn some money, and that's our program manager, Jenny. She works from home and really she's a stay-at-home mom and really doesn't have an opportunity because she lives out in the boonies, and I think that you'd be fine with me saying that because it's the truth. But this is a perfect opportunity for her to be able to earn a living and to be productive. And so I was able to give that up because I am a full-time vendor in the Kentucky Business Enterprise Program, where I run the vending facility. I run vending and canteen for the IRS building in Covington, Kentucky. So Newsline, I'm responsible really for the overall operation of it. The tactical stuff, the day-to-day stuff, Jenny takes care of.
Yeah, so it's a labor of love for you then.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, side note, we might have to have Todd come back on for a future episode or seminar where we can talk about the Business Enterprise Program. I have family down in Alabama who are in the program. My sister is a area rep for the BEP program down there, and her husband, my brother-in-law, I jokingly say he's like the kingpin of Lower Alabama for the Business Enterprise Program. This may surprise you, Todd. We're kind of getting off topic here, but he has, I believe, 160 machines.
Oh my goodness, that's like Fort Knox.
It's insane. Yeah. So yeah, I think we should definitely have Todd come back on because people are always interested about that topic and learning more about how it works and how to get into that. So we'll put a pin in that one and have you come back on if you're up for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to talk KBE with you all.
Yeah. Yeah. So Newsline, do you want to give just a real quick, brief description of what it is and why people should be interested in it?
Sure. Newsline was invented in 1995, and it is a project of the second longest serving president, and that would be Dr. Kenneth Jernigan, who was an attorney. He was an accomplished attorney, But what he did was he partnered with Ray Kurzweil, and I'm sure, Sam, you've heard of Ray
Oh yeah.
Kurzweil, Kurzweil Reading Machine,
Yep. Yep.
to develop Newsline. And he was very frustrated because he is a very affluent individual, an accomplished individual, but he found that the material that he was getting, the news stories that he was getting, was a week behind, a day behind. It was never on time. So he partnered with Ray Kurzweil, and they developed NFB Newsline. And it's been around for 27 years now. There are over 500 publications. We have international newspapers like the China Daily, the Japan Times, the New Zealand Herald, the London Telegraph, the Jerusalem Post. We also have national publications, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Times. We've got the LA Times, papers like that. And then we've got papers, state-specific papers like the Lexington Herald Leader, the Louisville Courier Journal, the Paducah Sun, and so on and so on. We have about 13 publications in the state of Kentucky. So
wow.
We also have a Kentucky information channel whereby I invite individuals who would like to share their resources with the community, where we can post that to Newsline, and our print impaired population can read about upcoming events in their neck of the woods. Now, Newsline was developed and implemented, is run by blind people, but it is not specifically for the blind. It's got a universal design to it, appealing to the greatest extent of people to the greatest extent possible. So there are other disability groups that can enjoy Newsline, like people who have cognitive impairments, someone who may have trouble reading, but they can comprehend, and somebody who might have trouble with fine motor skills, have trouble turning a paper, but they may be able to use their finger to dial into the service. Someone like that we would certainly welcome to the service. And it is free of charge to those, and it is only for people who are print impaired, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, and that's something to touch on. I love the fact that technology these days, something that initially may have been conceived as an adaptive aid for the blind and visually impaired, but could totally benefit a whole wide range of different disabilities, the reading impairment. So even like someone that has dyslexia, they can see fine, but maybe the dyslexia causes them to have trouble reading printed material. They can use something like this and find great value in this as well.
Absolutely. And the deafblind community, this is an audio reading service, but we do have an interface method for Newsline, and that is online, where a person can go to our website at www.nfbnewslineonline.org. And if they are a subscriber, they would enter their 6-digit and 4-digit codes in that respective edit field and log on. And then there would be web news on demand, so they can interface with that through their the Braille technology, the Braille reader that they're using, or note taker.
That's great. And yeah, I wanted to come back to what different platforms you have this available on, but just to kind of expand on the different content that people can find on there. You mentioned publications, but I know you have magazines as well.
We've got Reader's Digest. We have Rachel Ray. We have Guideposts. We've got Rolling Stone. We've got 85 award-winning magazines on Newsline.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's crazy. That is a ton of, you could literally be on there all day long and not repeat anything at all.
Absolutely, Sam. And if people would like to check that out to see specifically what is on Newsline, you can go to NFB Newsline -ky.org. And we've got a list of all the publications on there.
Yeah, great. And then current events. So you mentioned that was one of the frustrations which led to the development of Newsline. So you guys have current events. So something, news breaking happens around the world, it's available on Newsline as well.
It sure is. Yep, we've got the AP. There are quite a few of those publications on the service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the AP is probably the most popular.
Yeah. Okay, and then so I imagine initially it started out as a dial-in on the telephone service, and it's still very popular that way. But what other platforms are you guys is Newsline on?
Well, we have the iOS interface, and we do not have Android. It's only iOS, so you can use your phone or an iPad, iPod.
Yeah.
We also you can interface with the service through the web portal and the Alexa smart speaker, in addition to the touchtone telephone. The Alexa smart speaker is the most recent of our interface methods.
Yeah, and that's really cool. That's kind of taking it to the next level. So I imagine just people could, so they'll understand, you install the Alexa skill, and is that correct? And then after that, you just give the keywords, launch National Federation. Is that right?
Yeah, I can do a demonstration if you'd like to see it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that right now. And that's exactly what you do. You launch the skill. It will prompt you for your 6 and 4-digit codes. And once you have that input, then it will save that. So
okay, good.
I'm going to start. You can do it one of two ways. You can ask the A lady to open National Federation or open Newsline. Either one of them will work. Alexa, open National Federation.
Welcome to NFB Newsline. Hello, Todd Stephens. What would you like to do?
Alexa, ask National Federation to read Bluegrass Council of the Blind.
Reading the Bluegrass Council of the Blind. In the BCB Bulletin newsletters section of the Bluegrass Council of the Blind, there are 2 articles in this section.
So that's one section. To move on to the next section, I'm going to say, Alexa, ask National Federation to read the next section.
In the BCB Resources section of the Bluegrass Council of the Blind, there is 1 article in this section.
Alexa, ask National Federation to read the next section.
In the calendar of events section of the Bluegrass Council of the Blind.
So there's your calendar of events that I post when I get that.
Article April 1st, 2022. You're listening to the April 2022 edition of the Bluegrass Council of the Blind calendar.
Alexa, ask National Federation to read the next article.
I can't find next article.
Yeah, we're having
Please
problems
try
with
again.
that, Sam, and I thought that they might have corrected that yesterday. Let's go to the there is the April and the May edition in there. Alexa, ask National Federation to read the next section. Now this is good.
In the instructions for accessing and saving Bluegrass Council channel to your favorite section of the Bluegrass Council of the Blind, there is 1 article in this section. Article 1, accessing method instructions for BCB and saving to favorites. Accessing Bluegrass Council of the Blind via telephone.
Alexa, stop. So under the Bluegrass Council of the Blind channel, I have instructions on how you can access each method for your particular publication. So
right.
That's something for you to go to.
Yes, and I also wanted to make note that I'm going to include those instructions in the description of this video. So if you're watching this video on YouTube in the future, if you need those instructions, they should be listed in the description of this video as well. And that's kind of the key with all of the A lady. It's all about the way you say it. You got to give the right keywords.
You're right, and I find that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's the same command. I don't know. It's very temperamental, but it's a lot of fun once you get used to the commands. And the commands are actually I provide the website for the specific commands, and I think that they're pretty helpful. Once you get started though, and you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and that's fantastic that you guys have enabled that for us, and we appreciate that. So it's a super easy way to access the BCB Bulletin, which is our monthly newsletter. You can, of course, do it through the other platforms, online and via the phone as well. Could you? I think you said it already, but could you give the website URL again?
For the online, absolutely. It's www.nfbnewslineonline.org.
Perfect. And how, while I'm thinking about it, how would people get more information? You mentioned that you create an account, so you have to create an account. So what's the first step if somebody's interested in learning more about it?
I would suggest that they go to the website, because we've got, a plethora of information on the website, which is, again, www.nfbnewsline-ky.org. And if we have someone who is print impaired, the only thing that I would need to get them subscribed is I need to know what type of disability they have, their full name, their address, city, zip, phone number, and email address if they have that. And it's as simple as that. You can send me an email at Todd E as in Edward, then period, my last name Stephens, STEPHENS, at Windstream, WINDSTREAM.net. Todd E.Stephens at Windstream.net. And I'll take care of them. It usually takes about 24 hours to get that done.
Perfect. Okay. How about if somebody lives in another state? What would you recommend if they wanted to get more information?
I would recommend them calling the national office, the NFB national office, at 410-659-9314. Press option 6 for Newsline, and just let them know the situation, what state that you're in, and they'll take the information and get you subscribed that way.
Perfect. Okay. Any ideas how many people are using the service? Is there any way to know that? I'm just curious.
I'm sorry, Sam, my phone was going off. What was the question?
I was just saying, I was wondering if there's any way to know how many people around the country are using the service. Like, do you guys have any ideas?
I only know how many users we have in Kentucky.
Okay.
And if you're looking for that information, I believe you might want to speak with Scott White, who is the director for Newsline nationally, and he probably would have that information. But in Kentucky, we have 2,250 subscribers.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But
so good.
In this state, there are over 138,000 people with a print impairment. So it's a small fraction of the people that have a visual impairment. So there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Well, people that come in here that we work with, we talk about Newsline a lot as a great resource, just for just general entertainment and keeping up to date with current events. I think it's fantastic, which brings me to my question. What's your favorite thing to access, Todd? What do you like to go on Newsline, and kind of information do you get?
I actually really enjoy Rachel Ray, because I like to cook.
Oh, yeah.
I find a lot of good recipes there. We've got 3 or 4 recipe magazines on there. So cooking is my thing, and I really enjoy that. But probably my favorite feature is the weather alert that's on the iOS app. It's really good, and it gives you a detailed forecast. So I really enjoy that. Enjoy the TV subscriptions. It's very detailed as well as what's on the tube.
That's fantastic. And yeah, and you had mentioned, current events. If anybody's wondering, you can search by state. So if we're talking a lot about Kentucky stuff because that's where we live, but if you live in Connecticut, you can search by your own state and get your own information there as well.
That's right. You would go to the touch tone menu. It's other states, which is option 5, and it's a list of all of the states. And so you would just follow the menu, but it's very similar, and it's state specific publications. And so you would query with that by that as well.
Okay.
The one thing that I do like is the search feature. It's like a Google search engine within Newsline, and you just plug in the subject matter, and it will do a search and search the database to see if you get any hits on that. So that's a pretty neat feature.
Oh, that's nice. So if you like, I think I heard something about a tornado in Kansas. You can search for that, search for keywords, and hopefully get that information.
That's right.
Great. Okay. And then I know one of our consumers here wanted me to ask if Newsline is available on the Victor Reader.
It is. And there are instructions on the website on how you can get that set up. And if not, you can always call me. But again, I would refer them to the website at NFB Newsline-ky.org. I also have instructional video and audio on all of the access methods, actually doing a demo with all of them. So that should be pretty helpful as well.
Great. Yeah. And I know that NFB has some short informational videos available on YouTube. If you just search Newsline, if you want to get just a basic overview of it and some other demonstrations and things like that, there's lots of information there as well. Well, I think this is awesome, Todd. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to mention? We've covered a ton of information here.
We sure have. I would just encourage anyone who knows of someone who might be a print impaired, if you like what we've discussed here, to refer them to me. We would love to have as many subscribers on the service as possible. And it is a state funded project, and so we want to maximize the potential of the service here in the state and make sure that everyone is equipped, and knowledge is power. So that is, I think that's true with Newsline. It's a tool of empowerment.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure someone will be curious, is it a free service? Is there a charge for it?
It's absolutely free.
Excellent.
To anyone with a print impairment, and the iOS app, just go to the App Store if you have an iPhone and look for NFB Newsline. You have to make sure that the NFB is in front of it because there's other Newsline apps in there. So NFB Newsline, download it. It's a free app.
Yeah. And not only is it free, but you actually might be able to make some money from it, because right before we started, you were telling me about a promotional referral incentive that you're having right now. Do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. Anyone who can refer someone to me for the service, and it cannot be a self-referral, your name will be put into a hopper for each person that you refer. So if you refer 3 different people, your name will be put in 3 times, and we're going to have a drawing on actually I need to, I believe it's November 5th is when the drawing is going to be at our NFB state convention in Louisville. You do not have to be present, but we will do that drawing there, and it will be for a $100 Visa gift card.
Nice. Yeah. And then you were saying there's some kind of essay program as well.
Yeah, we are actually going to start that up a little bit later this year, probably after our national convention in July. And this is really geared toward current NFB Newsline subscribers. There is a children's essay contest, and it's a 500-word essay. And we're looking for creativity there. And we want you to explain how Newsline has benefited you and reference the material or the publications that that you have looked at or read about. There's also an adult essay contest, and that is the children's essay is 500 words. The adult is 1,000. And the prize there is $200, and it's the same principle. But you do have to be a Newsline subscriber because we want to hear about the publications that you're reading and how it's benefited you and enriched your life.
Yeah, so refer some friends and enter a chance to win some money, and then you can write an essay and try to win some more money. And then,
that's right, Sam.
Yeah, I will not be winning that because I am terrible at essays. So I will leave that for someone else to win. That is not my strong suit, that's for sure.
There are a couple campaigns that we wanted to try to increase the subscribership. If people aren't using the service in the state, then there's a chance, even, you know, a slight chance that it could be turned off. And so we want to make sure that our dollars that are allocated for this state audio reading service, that we have the maximum amount of people subscribe to it and enjoying the service.
Well, is there any way that if people are fans of NFB, is there any way that they can reach out and make their voice be heard and encourage the people in charge to keep it going? Or do you guys have a feedback on the website or anything like that?
Well, it's part of the it is part of the governor's Sam, I'm drawing a blank. Part of the governor's budget.
Okay.
And it's a biennial budget, and we are not in jeopardy of losing it right now, but I'm just saying that if things become stagnant, then they're going to say, well, there's really not a need. We know how things are discontinued.
Yeah.
And dollars are trying to be saved. I don't think that we're in any trouble, but we want to do everything and be proactive and grow the service as much as possible. And for those people that are subscribed that are not reading, we want to encourage them to dial in or pull up the app and start using the service.
Yeah.
The one thing that I like is, like the Wall Street Journal, this is a paid publication. On Newsline, it's free. So we have people, we have an individual who is 99 years old that uses Newsline. And as far as I know, that is our oldest subscriber, but I don't know for sure. And we've got children as young as 6 or 7 using it. So it's great for being able to research current event assignments within school. And you're likely going to have to do that in college and probably before that. So why not use it? And why pay for a publication when you don't have to, if you've got a print impairment?
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Fantastic resource. So thank you very much, Todd, for joining us and providing all this information. Stick around here after the recording. And if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to Todd. I will have his contact information in the description as well, along with the links that he mentioned during this recording. And if you definitely check it out, check out Newsline. And if you have any questions for us, once again, my name is Sam with the Bluegrass Council of the Blind here in Lexington, Kentucky. You can reach out to us through email info@bcbky.org. That's also our website, bcbky.org, or you can give us a call, 859-259-1834. Todd, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sam.
We'll have you back on in a future episode.
Yes, sir. Good to be with you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.